Alright, so I'm at a rest stop. I went about a little over 100 miles on the road. Good, I'm locked. Problem I had this morning, I did not document it, but as soon as I hooked up the fifth wheel and raised the jacks, this front left tire was flat. Zero tire pressure. It didn't go all the way to the rim because the other tire held it up off the ground. But what basically happened is I was having trouble with the tire pressure monitoring system. So I pulled the sensors off and checked the air pressure, and it was actually fine. And when I put the sensor back on, apparently it created a slow leak. And I now have taken it off, and I'll probably take the sensors off all of them. It's not really doing the job. I'm not happy with this system. I will post in the comments what system I have and that I'm getting rid of. It wasn't that expensive compared to other monitoring systems, so I guess you get what you pay for. But yeah, the problem is that it's not working. It's going to be better if I just check the tire pressure every time rather than count on that, because it wasn't still not working properly on the other tires. It'd be better just to grab my pressure gauge and check the pressure every time I start to drive. Yep, it's going to be my new thing. So we'll talk about that more later. Back on the road, probably about another hour and a half to Boise, and yeah, let's get back on it. There it is. Yeah, I'm going on a different kind of outing today. I've been in Boise for a while now. Haven't really done a whole heck of a lot. Well, actually, I take that back. I've done a heck of a lot. Hopefully I've got some clips I can share. So what I've been doing is I've been kind of hanging out with my niece, Becky. We did a jam session, a blues jam. I actually saw her perform in the Botanical Gardens park setting there with a big band, jazz band. Probably won't be able to play too many of the audio clips because of copyright, but you'll probably be able to see a little bit of the blues jam because it's just basic 12-bar blues. There's no copyright on that. And yeah, today she actually is in a play production group, theater group up in the mountains. I'm going to be driving about an hour to get up there, and I'm going to be watching a rehearsal of a new show they're going to be doing that I unfortunately won't see because that's going to be their first performances the day that I leave. However, I am going to get to see her in two different productions tomorrow night and the following night. That would be Wednesday and Thursday, the 2nd and 3rd of July. That's where we are right now. And whatever order they come in, one is Shrek the musical and the other one is Singing in the Rain. So once again, I may not be able to show with music because of copyright, but I will be able to show a little bit of my niece and brag her off as an actress, so that'd be really fun. So that's it. Gonna hit the road right now, and we'll see you up in the mountains. Alright, so this video is going to kind of bounce all over the place. So as I'm getting ready to drive off to head up into the mountains, I'm going to take this moment to show you a few clips from the Blues Jam. Yes, I can get away with a little bit of that. I might actually put out a second video, which will be a bonus video. Sort of like a couple years ago when I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, maybe that was last year, we did a video of the garage sessions, so it wasn't monetized, so you could actually see some of the music. I might do that too. I have some really cool footage of Becky singing in the jazz band. Also footage from the blues club thing. That was a blast. I played some harmonica there as well as bass. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of clip of that I can get away with because it is basically standard 12 bars blues, which there's no copyright on 12-bar blues, just a song that might be the vocal to it, so you won't see that. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump on into that session, and right after that we're going to be almost to the theater on the side of the road. All right, I've been driving along this river, only have a few miles left to go, but this has been so cool. Apparently they do whitewater rafting down this river. At the base, when I turned onto this road, about 5 miles down, there was a couple of buses with flatbeds on the back. They were waiting to pick up the rafters. But right along here, you've got all these whitewater sections and flat sections and more whitewater. And I thought I was gonna get a better view here. Let me see if I can get another angle on this. Maybe at the other end here, but yeah, this is really, really cool. I want to get a little bit of shot of the river, but apparently right where I stopped is where there's no view. Where I was driving, there was tons of view. All right, now here's a good shot. So they got to shoot either the chute on the other side or this path in the front. All these rocks, man, I wish there was some going by now, but they already passed. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Awesome. All right, back on the road. This canyon, however, is absolutely gorgeous. It's been a fun drive. Yeah, very cool. Apparently this is the drive that my niece takes probably a few times a week. She actually has a cabin up there that she stays in when she's got multiple rehearsals in a row, but we're going to check all that out in just a few minutes here. All right, so I made it up to the theater. Pretty cool location. Yeah, that's not the theater, but that's outside the theater. So you got a food vendor truck. Oh, there's the theater. Oh, they're in there rehearsing. So I won't shoot the rehearsal yet till I get permission, but this is the Starlight Mountain Theater. They've got a gift shop. I'm hoping that'll be open before I have to leave today. So right now they're doing Shrek Singing in the Rain. And I think Bright Star is the next one they're doing. That's the one they're going to be rehearsing today. So I'm going to get a chance to actually watch the first run-through rehearsal today, so that's gonna be fun. That's the show that's gonna start after I leave. So unfortunate, but I understand it's really good. A lot of music, a lot of harmony stuff going on. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And they got the box office. So I'm gonna shut my camera off. Couldn't tell you if you saw that or not. That's my niece. And we're gonna shut the camera off and we'll go walk on inside. Cold or what? It's cold. Cold. This is the view from the river. It's the theater back in there. Open air back of the theater. That is very cool. Yeah, Becca was just in rehearsal, going back to rehearsal. She's getting wet. Yeah, nice. So this is the first time they're running through this show. So I got permission to go ahead and shoot some of it. We're not really gonna have, you're not gonna hear the audio so much. Can't really do the music part of it. But you can actually see the rehearsal. Act 1 and Act 2, they're cooling themselves off in the creek. That's really funny. I love it. Half the cast are going to be soaking wet out there for a short while anyway. So they're getting ready to start Act 2. So we're going to go back into radio silence. Very fun show. Act 1 is very cool. Apparently this play was written by Steve Martin. Yes, that's Steve Martin. So a very cool storyline, very cool music. Definitely his southern banjo roots are sneaking through this thing. So yeah. Okay, so that's basically it for rehearsals. We're going to be going to the show tomorrow. I don't know how much I can shoot tomorrow night. Might take a few stills though, so we'll add that in. So start show montage now. Well, this is going to come close to wrapping up this video. After spending a few days up in the mountains watching the various productions, we found ourselves on the 4th of July, so we're going to go ahead and do a quick little montage. We had a great barbecue, set off some fireworks. Thank you, Jason, for being such an awesome host. Becky, I love you, girl. You're so much fun to sing and play with. Oh my gosh, it was just a blast the whole time in the Boise area. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of fireworks in, and then we're going to close this thing out. That was cool. That was good. All right, so that is going to end this episode. We're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to be traveling with one stopover, but then up to Leavenworth, Washington. Check that area out. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that subscription button. Hit the notification bell to let you know when I post every Sunday at 2. Thumbs up for good measure, and I will see you on the road.